Lecture on Queen Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth I. As we already had lecture on Queen Elizabeth, as for the preliminaries of her childhood, we did not talk too much. Yet we talked about her father, that being King Henry the Eighth, was a really cruel father type. Her main ally was Queen Mary of Scots, the Scottish Catholic Mary, whereas Elizabeth was Protestant. So, under threat, only with great reluctance had Mary marked Elizabeth out as her successor. And while her accession came as a relief to England's Protestants, they found it hard to see this slight young woman as the protector they had been yearning for. Why? At the time, Scotland and France both posed a formidable threat. An attempt by Elizabeth's forces to occupy the Channel port of Le Havre was ignominiously repulsed in 1563. And Elizabeth was wary of Mary, Queen of Scots. She was deeply uneasy about her role as a focus for pro-Catholic feeling in England. This was not just needless paranoia on her part. The rising of the North in 1569 was a serious attempt by Catholic nobles from Northumberland and Westmoreland to overthrow Elizabeth and replace her with the Catholic Mary II. Tribulation triumph. The Scottish man spiraled into insignificance, however, beside that of Spain, the 16th century superpower. By re-embracing the Reformation after Mary's death, England had set itself at odds with Philip II. In 1585, Elizabeth went further. Having signed a nonsuch treaty, whom has she signed it with? With the Dutch, okay, nonsuch treaty. The Dutch Republic, whose Protestant people were resisting Spanish domination, she was committed to a Netherlands campaign. The land war that followed was a hopeless failure, which considerably lowered the stock of the Earl of Leicester, Elizabeth's commander, on the ground. However, Philip's attempt to follow through with an invincible armada brought a famous victory to Elizabeth. The speech with which she rallied her troops at Tilbury before the anticipated invasion made a huge impression on the army and on England. Her words: "I know I have the body of a weak and feeble woman, but I have the heart and stomach of a lion," remain well known to this day, and a matter factor noticeable even at the time, and achievements of some of English literature's greatest poets and dramatists have given Elizabeth's reign the aura of a golden age. That's why Edmund Spenser wrote The Fairy Queen. So he wrote The Fairy Queen about Queen Elizabeth. Elizabeth